guys, today's video is about my everyday makeup routine, so I thought I would sit down, chat you through it. I've recently changed up the style of my everyday makeup. I like a little bit more definition on the eyes, I like a nude lip, which let's be honest, that hasn't really changed, and I like my skin to show through a bit more, to look more like skin and a little bit more natural. So the products I'm using today are my absolute favorites. It's a mix of drugstore and high-end. I think it sways more on the drugstore side, so I hope that is good for you guys and you have a few products that maybe you also own. But apart from that, let's get into it. So the primer I've been loving throughout the center of my face is the NYX or NYX Pore Filler Primer. Basically, it is a silicone feeling primer. It fills in your pores. It just creates a flawless base for your foundation. And I really just like to apply it with my fingers because I feel like that just aids in the melting process and it just melds really, really well. Melds, do people even use that word? I don't know. So I wanted to do a drugstore sort of base for you guys because I don't own a lot of drugstore foundations. So I went on the hunt to find one, and the one I picked up was the L'Oreal Nude Magique Cushion Foundation. This is amazing. I'd heard a little bit about it, but you know, I didn't think it was really for me. But I absolutely love it. I think it gives beautiful coverage. It still lets your skin shine through, which is amazing, and it lasts really, really well while still maintaining a really dewy finish. And I am in the shade 7. I'm going to switch between sort of like a dabbing motion and also kind of like a slight dragging motion, just depending on what part of the face I'm working on. You can see it just gives a flawless kind of filter to your skin without camouflaging it, so you can still see like freckles or any kind of, you know, things that make your skin you. Before I go on to concealer, recently I found that the inner corners of my eyes are a little bit dark, so I've really been loving the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. This is just in the pinky salmon shade. So I just take a little bit on my ring finger and I blend it into the inner corners just to bring a little bit of light there before I go in with concealer. Then the concealer I've been loving at the moment is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I have the shade 20 Sand. I love this because it is not too light under the eyes, so it's not going to look like quite unnatural compared to the natural complexion of the skin, but it is going to conceal any darkness and it is going to lightly brighten as well. I much prefer to go in with a bit more concealer than I do for the base product, just because I find if you conceal the areas you want to, it really pulls the look together. And then I'm just putting the excess on my eyelids just to neutralize them as well. So for my cheeks today, I've been absolutely obsessed with this product. It is from Hourglass. It is the Illume Sunset Cream Product Duo. I think it is absolutely amazing and the colours are beautiful. I owned it for so long before I actually used it. Now this particular one is actually discontinued, but they've just brought out a new cream trio and I'm pretty sure it's these two colours plus a highlighter. So if you want to get your hands on that, it is actually available. And I really just like applying this with a Zoeva stippling brush. I find the large stippling brush really gives you a lot of control and it lets you share out the product so it looks even more natural. So again, I kind of like do little motions, but then I also tap as well because I don't want to remove too much of the product that we've already put down. Just want to build it up slowly. But I just love the colour of this. Then for blusher, I'm also going to take the blush shade from the palette with the same brush, and I just mix a little bit of the blush with the bronzer colour just to dull it out a little bit, and then kind of pat and tap, and put that onto my cheeks. Before I do anything else, I really should get these brows in place, so I'm going to be taking my MUA Pro Brow palette. You guys know I love this, so like usual, I'm just going to brush out my brows. And then I'm going to be taking this top right hand colour and just filling them in like normal. love this color so much. It just works so well. I took a photo the other day for my Instagram and it will be going up soon, but it was basically of my favorite brow products at the moment, like the ones that I just have backups of backups of backups. And this product I have 4 of, and also I've got 1 of the light shade, the light palette. So I currently have 5 of these compacts, which is just insane. I love having statement brows even on a casual everyday kind of makeup look, but to make them a little bit more natural, I usually take my Eyeko Tinted Brow Gel. This is just amazing. It just makes all the hairs stand out and just really defines the brow, just to make them look that little bit more natural. So I'm going to move on to setting down my face, and for this I've been absolutely loving the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette. I think this is beautiful, and I'm going to take this yellow color here on a stippling brush and just pop that under my eyes. And then to set down the rest of my face, I'm taking my Bourjois Healthy Balance powder in the shade 52 with the same brush and just pressing that sort of like into my T-zone area where I don't want any shine to come through. Moving on to eyes, I'm lightly going to define them. I'm going back in with that NYX palette, and I'm going to take one of the warm shades, which is this one here, on a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to run that through the crease. I think the biggest change I made is that I've wanted to add a lot more definition to my eyes, but not to go too crazy. I don't like doing liquid eyeliner or gel eyeliner for the everyday, just because I find it a little bit too much. But what I have been loving is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide-On Pencil in the shade Demolition. It is the perfect kind of warm, dark grey brown, and it just defines the eyes perfectly. So what I do is I take the pencil and I draw some on my hand, just to warm the product up, and I kind of work in stages because it does dry out, so I don't want to put too much. And then I take an angled brush, so today I'm using the Zoeva angled brush, and I coat it like you would with a gel eyeliner, and then I start to define my eyes. So I usually do the wing, nothing too crazy, and then I pull it across. I find this just gives the eyes a really nice amount of definition without being too harsh. It is a very light color, so it's there, but it's almost not there at the same time. Then I'm just going to take the pencil itself and I'm just going to lightly do my lower lash line. Taking a little smudger brush, I'm going to blend that in. And then sometimes if I'm feeling especially sultry or wanting it a little bit more smoky, maybe if I'm going out at night, I will take the pencil and I will line the inner waterline as well. I don't usually go all the way in, I go about 3/4 or 3/4, and then I always blend it out as well. Curling my lashes is key because they are so straight. They really need a little bit of lift before mascara. Then I'm going in with my Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara, and sticking with a little bit more drugstore themed. I rediscovered how much I loved it, so that is getting used today. So recently I've been going a little bit lighter on the highlight, and that is a big thing for me. So sticking with the cream based themes, I'm taking the Kevyn Duo Sculpting Medium Slash Candlelight Powder. I really like this, and I just take a big synthetic brush, going underneath where we put that powder before. I just sort of tap it on. Tap, maybe not tap, you know how it is. But I really like this for a subtle highlight. My lips have been quite dry lately, which is super annoying, but it just means I've gone for a more moisturizing lip option. So I've been taking my MAC lip liner, and this is in the shade Stripdown, and then on top of that I've been applying some of the Buxom Hot Toddy lip cream because I just absolutely love it. It lasts really well, it's super moisturizing. It also wears down into like a really nice sheen, and it doesn't remove what product you've got on underneath, which is a huge plus. I'm going to slightly overline them, fill them in, and then add the lip gloss. And that is my finished everyday makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you like the products that I use because I am absolutely, completely in love with them. I think they're so good, and honestly I've been wearing this like every day that I do my makeup because it's just my routine now. I really like it. But I would love to know what your favorite everyday makeup items are, because you know me, I'm always looking to grow my collection, to try a few new things. Maybe you've got stuff that I own that needs a relook at, so I would love to hear any of your suggestions. If you did like this video, please give a big thumbs up because I would love to know if you do like these type of videos. Please leave me a comment like I said before if you've got any products that you think I should try, and also if you have any suggestions for things you might want to see from me. But make sure to check out my Instagram, which I'll put on the screen now, because I've been posting a ton more product photos as well. So if you see anything in there that you're like, show me on camera, talk about that, then I will do that for you. So have an amazing day. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Today we're doing a hair care haul because in the last month I bought so many products. I am not a hair product person. Usually I don't like the Here you go guys, it's my finished look. I really hope you liked it. I hope you liked the products. It was a little bit hourglass focused.